I'm Daniel, and I have a passion for giving old things new purpose. Every week, I bring you along my thrift adventures to uncover the extraordinary in the ordinary. So if you love thrifting, venturing to estate sales, and getting inspired by thrifted home decorating, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to join in on the adventures. Let's find gold together, one thrift store at a time. Welcome to Golden Finds. Hello everyone and welcome back to Golden Finds. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be decking the hutch in minimalist St. Patrick's Day decor. Now unfortunately, I seem to have misplaced some things. I looked high and low when I'm not kidding you. I went through all of my holiday bins. Some of them were too heavy to move, so I just couldn't check them. But I am not kidding you when I searched everywhere for the other St. Patrick's Day decor items that I have. I'm missing a few canisters and a few other goodies that I would use during St. Patrick's Day. But unfortunately, I have not been able to locate them. I'm pretty sure they're somewhere. They're somewhere within the chaos of all of my decor in a bin somewhere, but unfortunately I just haven't had any luck finding them, and I want to start already decorating as we are already in March. So today's video is going to be me decorating the hutch. It's going to be minimalist because I really don't have a lot of things to work with. I only was able to locate some of the most recent items that I found thrifting. So literally almost everything that I have that's already done was thrifted, and you have all seen them in previous hauls. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to try and get creative with what I have around the house to do a little bit of St. Patrick's Day magic in the hutch. As always, I hope that you enjoy this video and that it brings you some sort of inspiration when decorating your own home. You don't necessarily have to go out and buy new stuff all the time for every season. You can always shop around your home, which is what a lot of people say. You just go around your house, look at stuff that you have. How can you, change things up? Bring it some type of interpretation to your own interpretation. What can you change or kind of, in a way, make it be for the holiday that you're decorating for? There's so many ways you can go around it. Basically anything green, right? For an example, for St. Patrick's Day, you can use a lot of greenery. That's like, green picks, green leaves, green items, things that will make sense in the decor that you're trying to do. Since St. Patrick's Day is mostly green, there's a lot of things that we can use that we can manipulate to decorate with. So I always recommend that you shop at home first, see what you have around, and that you can utilize in your style. So we're going to see what we have around the house and see if we can make this hutch look at least a little presentable for St. Patrick's Day. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of today's style session? Now, before this hutch was decorated for the Valentine's Day season, I gave you all a tour of how it looked and how I kind of had this map style blueprint in a way of how I was going to decorate for the rest of the year. Now, since we are going to be bringing in elements for the spring season in April, we are in March, so I'm going to leave it all decked out with this St. Patrick's Day inspirational decor until the end of March, and then once April is here, I will deck it all out for Easter and the spring season. So again, I had that blueprint, kind of how I had things where I would just replace them for whatever seasonal items I have. But unfortunately, since again, I don't have a lot of items for St. Patrick's Day, we have to use with what we have. So I actually have 3 canisters that will work for the tall, medium, and small. This was thrifted. This one's really cute. I love the green, this green color for Ray Dunn. Absolutely perfect. Luck of the Irish. So let's see, this one was from Home Goods. So I actually got this one on discount, you guys. I'm sorry. So this one was a clearance item that I found while shopping. I think it was probably last year. And then these I found at Goodwill. This one still has its original tag and it says I'm Irish. And it will go right here. Right there. Now I don't have anything smaller, so I think I might end up leaving my scoop there. But I do have a baby canister. It's just not in green. It would have been nice to have all of them in green, but it still has the green lid handle. And this one says shamrocks. This one was thrifted too. So I'm going to put these three together right there. And then I'm just going to put back my little scoop jar that was right done. I'm going to put that at the end just to kind of, you know, give it some dimension of tallest to shortest, even though this is like, you know, something completely different. But you just have to work with what you have. If you don't want to go out and spend a lot of money on decor, like for me, for example, I haven't really stepped into TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. The only reason that I ever do is usually during the Halloween season and Christmas. But I do tend to go sometimes occasionally for the seasonal decor for the rest of the year and to buy Bella's treats. I buy Bella's treats there. There's this one specific brand, I think it's pronounced Bocce. I might be completely messing that up. But those are the only treats that she's able to tolerate. She is a very sensitive tummy, so not all treats do well for her. So those are the only brand that I've ever known to try that she actually really enjoys and don't cause, you know, any issues with her stomach. So we have these three right here. So I'm probably gonna go in and add some lamb ears. So again, anything green will work for St. Patrick's Day. And I think I'm just going to add a few of the touches down here. Now, last time for Valentine's Day, I did already have some lamb's ear right here, but I took it away because I'm going to be utilizing it for something else, which I'll share with you guys in just a bit. And then I'll grab the one up here. Same thing, you just want to add a little bit of greenery, still keeping that farmhouse look, but also making it festive for St. Patrick's Day. Now, I did think about maybe buying some shamrocks, but to be honest with you, I don't really want anything that's kind of glittery. You know, glitter is not, I'm not an anti-glitter person, but you know, I just don't really like utilizing it so much in my decor. It can get messy and it just kind of gives it a different style that I'm not really going with when it comes to more of a modernized farmhouse look, very neutral colors, or just tones that are not mixed with another medium, you know, like glitter. So we are going to leave these right here. You know, it's simple, but it will do the job. So again, we have to kind of get creative with what we have, again, to do some filler, because I have the left and right wings of the Hutch that need to have something, right, for green St. Patrick's Day. So I have this. I already have the greenery right here in this Ray Dunn plant pot. So that is going to stay. That's perfect. It's green, perfect for St. Patrick's Day. Then on the other side too, we have the same thing with the other Ray Dunn pot. So I'm going to leave that as well. Perfect. So it kind of works out, you know, having that blueprint. I don't really have to make a lot of changes when it comes to changing out for seasonal decor. It just makes things a lot more easier. And I recommend that you try this. Again, it may not be for everybody, but if you're that type of person where you have such a hard time figuring out where you're going to place things, this would probably be a great idea to work with. You basically just have a layout, and if you have a lot of those same common items like I do, I have a lot of Ray Dunn canisters in different heights. So this works, and I just change them out for whatever season. So when spring comes around and Easter, I already have Easter ones that I will replace them with, and I'll just keep them in the same order. So it just makes things a whole lot easier if you follow some type of blueprint when it comes to decorating, and you just change it out for whatever season it is. So we have to be smart again, because we really don't have a lot to work with. The only other large piece I have is this one right here that I also thrifted that says Shamrocks. You have seen this in the previous haul, and it was thrifted. And so I have to figure out exactly how to still add a little bit. I have to add something here. So I'll probably go around the house, hunt for something. The only other thing that I have that I also thrifted was this wooden sign. I think this was someone's DIY project. It says Happy St. Patty's Day. This was thrifted for $1.49. And I thought, well, I have the glass anchor hawking jar that I bought from Walmart, and I also have the thrifted small one. That's the miniature one. That's a mason one. And you guys have seen this too also in a haul. And let me just give you guys a comparison. It's perfect. They literally match except for the part that says mason. But look how this is. Simply, I just have to turn this around so you can't see the mason part. But look, even from the lid, literally almost identical. So it's perfect. So what we're gonna do is I had to get creative and thought, well, it's a clear jar. What can we get that's green for St. Patrick's Day? Now, you could probably do some greenery picks or something like that. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking that extra lamb ear that I had here, and I replaced it from where I had the bird houses. I put it down here. So we're going to add this into the glass jar. Again, very simple. It all depends on you. If you want your decor to be over the top, that is absolutely acceptable. It's however we deem how we want it. If you are happy with having a full area, by all means, definitely, you know, put things as much as you want. It looks amazing. For me, again, because I am not having the best of luck having stuff for St. Patrick's Day, I can't locate my bin, which I'm sure, you know, a lot of you can relate with me. It can happen. But, you know, just do it however style you want. It's whatever you want it to be. That will make you happy. Don't listen to what others say. You know, there's a lot of people that always say, oh, you know, sometimes especially when it comes to Hutches, they're always like, that is too crowded. You have way too many things. Things get lost. You feel like you just don't know where exactly to focus on. So you always want to just be able to be happy with what you can do. Remember, it is your home, and it's going to be you who's going to be seeing it every day when you wake up. So you want it to be happy. Be what you want it to be, you guys. So again, simple for this glass jar. Add a little bit of greenery. We're gonna kind of like squish it a little bit in there just because of the lid. So it kind of looks a little funky because it seems like it's a little too stuck up right here. So easy fix. Usually it's gonna be the bottom tip piece, just bend it. Usually a lot of picks like this. These were actually lamb ears that I got from Walmart, and they came in a long stem for you to place like in a vase. But I ended up cutting them because I wanted to just use the pieces on the top. So I just easily bent that in. We're gonna add it back in to the glass jar. You kind of want it to seem like it's popping out at you. So that's exactly what I want. You can always manipulate the leaves how you want it to show. And that just looks so much prettier. And voila, you're done. A simple decor piece, and it's perfect. You could even try this for spring, it works. But again, we're doing green for St. Patrick's Day. It's a very soft green, but again, it's whatever element you want to add for whatever holiday you're decorating. Remember, you can do a lot of interpretation when it comes to decorating, and it doesn't always have to be what everyone always expects of the norm for that holiday. So again, go around your house, shop around with what you can find in your home to decorate for whatever season. Even like a bunch of green, you know, stems, if you were to go out to your garden, or if you wanted to maybe put some pine picks that are green, it can work. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to the bottom section. Remember, this usually will house eggs when it's not in the holiday season. For Valentine's Day, it housed those beautiful threshold hearts. Then right now we're gonna do the lamb's ear. And then for Easter, it's gonna hold Easter eggs and so forth, you know, until every holiday comes. So we're gonna place this at the very bottom and call it a day. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the miniature version of it. Now this one is definitely way too long. As you can see, it will not be able to close, which it does look almost cute as well without the lid, but I want it to be closed. So this one's gonna have to be substantially bent to be able to fit. Let me see if the stem will be enough, just because it's not a very tall little canister jar. And let me see how that looks. I don't want it to look too squished because then it'll look really odd with it being in the inside. What do you guys think? See, you can't even see the mason part on the back. It's in the front right here, but the greenery blocks it. So it looks a little squished, so I'm not sure if I'm super happy with it. Maybe there's a smaller stem. This seems like it might be a little smaller, but I could just trade it off for... And remember, decorating is always trial and error. You will most likely switch things out 1,000 times. It happens to me all the time, and I've spoken to some of you about it here on YouTube in the comments, and you also share, you know, that with me, so you totally understand. So let's try this one. It's definitely going to be a little bit smaller. Let's hope it cooperates. And let's see. So I'm gonna put the leaves kind of like they're going downwards towards the bottom of the jar, because right now they're kind of sticking here. So I'm simply going to kind of tuck them in. And then I want it to be visible where, you know, we're trying to block out that mason part. So on the other side where you guys can't see my face, I'm kind of manipulating the leaves so they don't show that too much. And we want to see the leaves. That's ultimately what we want. Okay, that seems a little bit better now that it's smaller. So simple little greenery right here. I'm pretty sure I could put something else, but I tried other things that I have at home and they just didn't really work. So I figured, you know what, let's just stick with the lamb's ear. Now I don't want it to be on the same wing as the other jar. So I'm going to put it at the very top of the jar, of the wing over here, of the hutch, right there. And then we have the colander, the Raiden piece. Now this one, again, have to be very strategic on what exactly we can place on here. So it has to be something green. So the only thing that I could think of is that I have extra greenery from IKEA. Some of them are brand new from IKEA, but I have thrifted a lot of these. Now, I thought about, you know, we could use this super easy. These aren't shamrocks by any means, but, you know, you can use your imagination. So this piece, I think I'm going to probably end up putting up here just because we don't really have anything else up here that's St. Patrick's Day, and I think this just looks absolutely perfect. I love that pop of green. We're gonna bring the birdhouses a little bit more to the front. So this is nice and centered. And I think that looks perfect. And I'm actually loving it. You know, I'm telling you guys, you don't have to go super over the top. But again, I'm not saying you don't have to. But I'm saying in the sense if you don't have a lot of stuff. If you have lots of stuff to decorate with for the holiday season, by all means, deck it all out. But again, for people that don't have quite enough items or weren't able to purchase a lot of items, you know, shopping for decor can be very expensive, even if you thrift it. So even doing something as simple like this is okay. Because again, we are doing what we are going to love. So let me grab a few more things that I want to add here on the sides, you guys, and I'll be right back. So we have one spot left here. We have to fill the colander with something as well that's green. And we have a lesson to learn. So with decorating, like I mentioned, you guys are always going to be switching things in and out. So I just realized that I actually have some green eggs. No, this is not green eggs and ham from Dr. Seuss. So I actually have some of these that I got from Easter a few years ago. I got them from Michael's. They're these bags that you can get. And there's green eggs in here. So I'm actually going to go back and remove this, you guys, because I'm not that happy with it, to be honest with you. It's fine in the bigger one, but there's just something about the small one that I'm just not feeling it. So again, lesson to be learned is that it's okay for you to switch out your decor, because it can happen. One day you're gonna wake up and be like, you look at it from a different angle, you go and take a nap, you know, you go to sleep, and then you think about things while you're in bed, and you're like, you picture it in your head like, oh, this probably would look cooler if I moved it here, or what if I added this, or you find something else around your home later on after you'd finish that you're like, why didn't I think of that piece when I was initially decorating? So it happens, and that's okay. So we are going to add those green eggs in here, and I think this is just so cute because it goes with our theme of the farmers market. So these actually come in perfect, and look, they fit so perfect in this little jar. So let me get the last few green ones out of here. Some of them look almost like a pale blue, but I mean, it will work. You can still, you know, they look green. So these are perfect. Again, you guys, always just shop around your house and you're gonna find stuff that will work. I'm gonna put the lid in here, and I think this is perfect. I love this. Okay, this works better. I'm so much happier now. So we are going to place this over here at the top. Oh, it is perfect. And then for this, so I don't really have anything else that could work. So we are going to take these, more of the IKEA bushes. Now, I don't like how this looks. It looks like it's sticking out, and it's because of the pot. So the good thing about these is that you can easily pull them with a good tug, and you can insert them back. They're like inserted in there with grooves. So you can keep these away for now, and we are going to place this in here. Now it does wobble around, so we're going to add 2. It will add in more, you know, look more full. So we're gonna grab another one. Again, you guys, I've thrifted so many of these, so I have so many. Ooh, this one came out completely. Oh, this one's different. This might be an older design. This one's different, the insert. So this all came out, but that's fine. It can still be, you know, popped back into the little black pot. So now I'm just going to mix these around to make it look like it's one piece. And voila, looks perfect. Now they're 2 different greens of shade, so I know that looks probably a little bit off on camera, but that's fine. It will work. So this is going to go down in the bottom section over here on this side of the wing. And I think that looks perfect. If you don't have much to decorate for St. Patrick's Day, you cannot go wrong with greenery. If you have lots of greenery, then it will work. Now I'm going to see if I can add back some of this lamb's ears, since we didn't utilize it after all. Maybe place it around there. I don't want it to look too, you know what, no, that's a little bit distracting. So I'm going to place it at the bottom. I know that you guys cannot see, but I will give you a final look of everything. But I want at least each section to have a little green. So I think these lamb ear over here will be just the perfect touch to the bottom section. I think that looks perfect. Add a little bit. Sometimes a little bit is a lot. So again, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Now the only other section that's left is going to be over here on this shelf, and the only thing that I have left is going to be the St. Patty sign, and I think this will be perfect to close off finalizing the decor. It's simple, it's perfect, its own thing right there. We have the glass jar over here holding the lamb's ear, the greenery. Now the top section already has a lot of greenery, so I really am not going to be adding anything up there just because one, I really don't have any more. I mean, I probably could find some more stuff. Let me check really quick down here. I don't see any more greenery. I must have used it all, but that's okay. I think it looks fine with how it is. Let me just put these other eggs back down here. I tuck it away, and that is basically it. I forgot one more piece. I know this is a weird angle, but I totally forgot that I had this St. Patrick's Day Rae-Dunn birdhouse, and that was also thrifted if you haven't guessed it already. But I thought, you know what? The top section already has a lot of greenery, but adding this right here, this birdhouse, I think gives it the little extra touch that it needs. And it says lucky, and it's cute. I love the little white bow on top of it that it comes with. But again, I don't feel like I really need to add anything up here. There's already like some lamb's ear coming up out of here. Let me just adjust it so you can see it a little bit more, because we really want that green to pop out for St. Patrick's Day. And I also have my masher, which I'm going to give you guys a close-up, trust me, because I know this angle is absolutely terrible. So I think we're done. Again, utilizing with what you have is absolutely fine. If you don't have a lot of decor, use what you have and take things around your home that will work. But let me give you guys a close-up of everything. So again, up here, nothing much has changed since the Valentine's Day decor tour that I gave you guys, except for the masher. I know a lot of you were divided with the hubby reacts video, that some of you were siding with Joe and some of you absolutely love the masher, but this is where I ended up placing it. Now, I would want it to be inside, but then you can't see the gorgeous handle. So it's outside here, and eventually I want to maybe add pin rolls. So I'm going to be thrifting for some pin rolls or rolling pins. What am I saying? Rolling pins to place inside the crock. Then we have just the regular basket with the other lamb's ear popping up. And up here we have the carrots with the Rae-Dunn Lucky Bird house. So nothing really has changed here since the Valentine's Day. And again, this is what makes it super easy when it comes to decorating. Again, you just switch things out for whatever season. Like the roses are gone for Valentine's Day, but when spring comes around, I'm going to be adding some faux tulips and faux spring flowers to that basket. The carrots might stay, or I might switch it out for something else. I haven't decided yet. And then maybe we'll add something popping out of this basket here. Up here we have the small mason jar with the green eggs. I think it came out so much more cuter. Then we have the two birdhouses and the shamrocks piece from Rae-Dunn with a little bit of greenery right there. And then over here we have the Happy St. Patty's sign, again thrifted. Moving downward, we have the Rae-Dunn pot with the faux greenery. Then we have all of the Rae-Dunn canisters for St. Patrick's Day with a little bit of lambs here. And then over here we have the other Rae-Dunn pot with the faux greenery as well. Heading down, we have the glass anchor hawking jar with the lambs here. And then this section hasn't really changed at all. I only added the green lambs here to add it again. You want to add at least a little bit of the element that you're decorating with. So in this case, we're doing St. Patrick's Day, at least something green to give it that touch and not make it seem like we forgot this section or that we ran out of decor. And then the last piece over here, I absolutely love how this came out with all of that greenery popping up at the very top. And that wraps up today's session for this decorating seasonal decor video, utilizing what I have and some extra touches that were shopped around my home. And also the best part is I'm sharing with you how I decorate my home using a lot of my thrift finds. Now, again, just to summarize really quick, we have the thrifted mini mason jar. We have the Ray Dunn pot that says flourish, that's holding some of the fake greenery. We have the drain colander that was also thrifted. We have the bird houses up here for Ray Dunn, including the shamrock vase right here. Then we have the I'm Irish, the baby shamrocks canister. The scoop was also thrifted. Now towards the bottom, I know you guys can't see it, but we have several pieces from Ray Dunn. Even the Magnolium home tray that's holding everything. We have the Happy St. Patty sign, the other Ray Dunn grow pot, and all the stuff at the top basically. So again, I hope that this video brings you a source of inspiration that you can decorate with as much or as little. You don't have to go and break the bank when it comes to decorating. And again, shop around your house. I'm pretty sure you have something that you can utilize for every season. And if you must shop, always think of thrifting because you're going to definitely at least save more money than if you were to go at the big box store. Now, I don't say never to go to the big box stores because I definitely already have for spring. I did find some bunnies at Walmart that I'll probably share with you guys later on when spring comes around for me to decorate. So always try to keep in mind where you can buy stuff. I always hit the thrift store first. If I can find certain items, then of course I then go the route of going to the big box stores. So always think thrifting, always go in with a mindset of how can you utilize an item, manipulate it in a way that you can utilize it for years to come for all seasons. Just like those glass jars, if you find a lot of them like that at the thrift store, you can always place so many different things into the year. Like for example, Valentine's Day we did hearts. Then Easter, you can do eggs. 4th of July, you can add something red, white, or blue. And, you know, stores always sell vase filler. So you could always place items in there. And then for year round, I always am going to keep it with just like these different colored neutral eggs. But for like Christmas, you could add pine cones. The list goes on. There's just so many endless possibilities of what you can do when you upcycle or change things that you find at the thrift store to fit your decorating needs. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, let me know in the comments down below, what did you guys think? And remember, you don't have to overly decorate if you don't have a lot. Utilize what you have, or if you do have a lot of stuff, definitely deck it out, because I do like decking out the hutch for like Halloween and Christmas. I love, it's literally like an explosion of things in the hutch. But again, since I don't have a lot for St. Patrick's Day, I'm utilizing what I have to at least add that festive decor touch into my home for every holiday of the year. As always, this is Daniel, your thrifter and also / decorator, hoping that this brought you some type of inspiration when it comes to decorating for St. Patrick's Day or for any time of the year during the holiday season. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys consider subscribing if you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed. It's totally free, and I would love and appreciate for you all to hit that like button before you exit today's video. Until the next time, you guys, this is Danielle from Golden Finds. Bye, and happy St. Patrick's Day.